Hi guys, I'm super excited to be learning more Caro-Kann theory, as it guarantees that I'll actually get out the opening, whereas with the Sicilian, there's some games where I just died after like 5 moves. So, this episode, we're going to cover the Caro-Kann advance, and then, well, 2 lines in the advanced. So, in the first line, it's where they break in the center. So, we covered these in lesson 1, 2, and 3. These are the lines, and now we're looking at this, right? So, against this, we can just reinforce in the center, which is very Caro-y, right? Completing the little pyramid, bishop nicely outside the pyramid. So they add more pressure here, but we've got this square covered now. So this is a weird move, because I'd have thought bishop here, because this is going to be a strong dark square bishop with all this sort of activity here and here. But actually the engine likes just trading it off. If we slide back here, I think we just get the bishop trapped, maybe, to this. Or maybe we come back, but we invite a big expansion anyway. So the engine just says to take, or Grandmaster Erwin Lamy says to take. So we'll trust him, guys. And yeah, if you want to do this course, link in. I'll do a comment with the link in. It's free. I'm not associated. So they've got these doubled pawns here, and now we want to create some space for this knight. So if we do this, they take, we'd get this square for the knight. We'd also triple their pawns, and it's not a real gain of material. You know, they win a pawn, but there's no way they're going to hold on to these 3. If anything, it's just weakening their whole position. So that's an alternative. Now, first, we do get this out. So there's a few different ways you can play it, guys. So knight out first, and then at least we're ready to castle. I think this is a bit safer. And then I think the king is safe enough to now invite this tripling of the pawns, and we can castle at a moment's notice. So into the next line. So in this one, it's overstudy, this one here. So instead of that pawn push here, this is where in this line they break on the edge of the board. Now commonly you see grandmasters play like this and this, so not allowing white to take any more space, coming out like that, and also not allowing this move here. So if we don't play here and they get this move with tempo on our bishop, you know, they just take away too much space. Now, white here, best move. These are all best moves by white. They offer a trade. Now, if we slide back here, if they take, our rook is dislodged and on an awkward square. And it's undefended. You know, it's a magnet for tactics on that square there. So if this, we have to take away from the center, should they take. If here, we double the pawns. So there's no great option for our bishop, so we just take for tempo, right? And then we want to complete this structure. We also want to play like maybe this. So now there is a check. We've always got to look for checks. And the Grandmaster likes this, because best move for white is actually to give up this pawn, inviting another check, but opening up the B file, all right, for white to attack. So you've got to know this move here. If we're inviting this sort of attacking idea, we've got to know this, because we cannot allow their bishop to come here and develop with tempo on our queen. And also this move, should they come and kick the queen with the rook, it provides us this little cubby hole for the queen. Also defending this square. So it's a bit of an ugly move there, but we have gained that pawn, remember. So now we just want to get our pieces out and try and get it to more of an end game. Where our extra pawn should just count for a lot. So there's pressure here, but we've got this square sufficiently defended. So now we want to get the knight to this square here. It's the only real way to develop the knight, and we just get there as soon as possible. Now, this knight here was defending this pawn, all right? So if we took, they develop a knight into the center, which is pretty good for white. Maybe they can get to this square as well. Now this knight's moved, we can actually take, which just sort of dislodges the queen and allows us to gain tempo on the queen, expand, take some space on the queen side, and also negate the effect of this rook, it blunts this rook. And now we've got this square to develop the knight, or we can develop this way in some situations. So I think now this is a bit of a backwards pawn, so this Grandmaster recommends protecting the pawn with the queen in order to allow bishop out, and then we can castle like this, And like I say, knight can develop like this with tempo on the queen, or a pawn up in a very good position, guys. So go memorize these lines. Check out the course if you want to learn the Caro with me. Hope you're enjoying this series. Yeah, like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.